happening? Healthcare digital marketing. Happy Monday. I hope that you are like me and you absolutely love Mondays and being able to get back to back hitting it. I am here with my good man, Jeremy Sutton. Jeremy and I go way back, like way back to, gosh, you had to be like one of the first members of Healthcare Digital Marketing. I honestly think you're probably one of the very first people who ever joined.
I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe.
Guys, in case you don't know this man, I want to introduce, not only is he like the kindest human ever, seriously best, like if you have ever seen one of his posts that is just highlighting somebody else and just lifting somebody else up, just comment servant below. This dude is the ultimate servant leader. I've just been inspired by him to no end over the past couple of years as I've gotten to know him. And he's really been a role model to me in how to move through adversity, but just how to treat people. And I'm so honored to have him on here with us tonight. Jeremy might not want to say this, but I'm going to just right now. Jeremy has a new course and it's freaking epic. And if you're someone who wants to write a book, like, he's made it super easy. So we're going to talk about that tonight. If you're interested in that, comment, what did we put? Easy, comment easy below and he'll send you deets. But we're here tonight to talk about how easy publishing a book for yourself can be. And it's really cool because a lot of PTs now are starting to publish books. And I think people like Paul Goth, people like Christine Walker, people like Jeremy Sutton, who are blazing the trail of like giving us all permission to put ourselves out there in written form, have just done so much for our profession in allowing us to put ourselves out there. And Jeremy, you've been such a trailblazer in this, but you've also figured out that it's actually really easy. And how many books have you written now, man? And written and published?
I have 4 books that are published. My last one I published in 2 days. I start to finish wrote it and published it, created everything start to finish in 2 days. And it's already a #1 new release. And it was #2 in the category it's in. I think it's #4 today. So yeah, I've got 4, 5, and working on about 10 more.
I don't doubt it. Wait. You just wrote a book in 2 days.
Yeah.
You wrote the thing and got it published in 2 days.
Yeah, absolutely.
How much did that cost you to do?
$0.
Wow. What? You mean you can do this and it's not? Oh man, I'm sharing my screen. This is like super meta, huh? Sorry guys. Yeah. I just realized it's like screen. We'll get there in a minute. That looks amazing. Hey, if you're coming on here live, by the way, comment live so that we know you're on here. Erica's on, Damon's on, Andrew's on, Colin's on, John's on. Thank you guys for coming on. Or if you're on the replay, just come on replay so that we know you're on here. Jeremy, I want to talk about though, how did you realize that, like, how did you give yourself permission to write a book the very first time?
Yeah, well, it's cool. Like I give Mike Chua, a friend of ours, a lot of credit. Well, really all the credit, because I had this course that I'd only sold to 2 people, one being Will Boyd, after he set it up for me on ClickFunnels one day. And then another one was my wife's cousin, who didn't even pay full price because I didn't know how to set the link up. And so I wasn't selling this course, but I knew it was good information and I wanted to get it out there. And so I was actually driving home on a Friday and Mike said, hey, you can have a book by Monday if you wanted to. And I got home, I took that to heart, and Sunday at 2 p.m. I had my book published on Amazon. And it just took, I worked on that book probably longer than the other 2 that I've worked on. So it was, but it was cheap. It was free. It didn't cost me anything.
Right. That's ridiculous to me to think that it is so easy now that you can do it and it's completely free. You think about 25 years ago, how hard it would have been to self-publish a book and actually get it out to the masses. If self-publishing was even a thing, you couldn't get out to the masses self-publishing. As Jeremy and I were talking about how easy this is, I asked him point blank a few minutes ago, dude, how many different like software things are required? And as we went through the list, we realized there are only 5. There are 5 tools that you need to build a book and actually get it self-published, which just blew my mind. So Jeremy, I want to talk for just a little bit about what are those 5 tools and are they actually that easy? And then how much does it cost for each tool? Okay. So I'm going to toss it to you, man, as we walk through each of the 5 tools. By the way, if you're on here, one of you has commented, I believe. Oh no. Okay. We got 2. Thank you. Whitney has commented live as well. Amy, Nathan, anyone else who's on here right now, just comment live so we can see you. But I'm going to toss to you, Jeremy. Let's talk about what are the different tools that people need. Like, how easy can it be to actually write a book?
Okay. So like Alex said, there's only 5 tools that you really need. All 5 of them are absolutely free. Each one has a paid version, but you can use it. So the first one is Word. Now Word, some of us, you have to buy it. Word Online is free, and it does the majority of what the purchase version of Word does. So you can do just about everything that you need to. Really, you can do everything you need to if you want to keep it simple. And that's $0. So it's very, very low entry, and you can have a book out there to the public. The next thing that I really love to use is called Otter.ai. That's the website, and it's an app that you can use on iOS or Samsung. And basically what you do is you just dictate into your phone. It's very simple. It's like using Facebook Messenger or Voxer. When you leave a voice message, it has a circle, you push it, and it blinks when you're recording. And so, Alex, you and I recorded a podcast episode on that in the car that just published last week. And I recorded about 5,000 words on the way to work one morning in 11 minutes. So I talk really fast for us Southerners. And so, yeah, I mean, and it was, so basically what I did was I have the outline to a book that I'm writing about back pain, and I just have the outline beside me, and I read or I just start spitting out the content that I want to put in the book. And so when I've been a PT for 10 years, so I know what I'm going to be talking about. And even if you've been a PT for 10 months or 10 days, you still know what you're talking about. You just went to school. You paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. You went in school for 7 years. You don't need permission, and you don't need anybody to tell you that you're an expert. You already are. So that's the second tool. The next tool would be Grammarly. So people tell me all the time, Alex, they say, I don't have good grammar. I don't have good, somebody actually said, I don't speak good English. And
you're like,
yeah. And that's one of the things that Mike Chua talks about, being from the Philippines. He said, I didn't speak good English. It doesn't matter, because we have apps like Grammarly that are absolutely free. You plug it in and it says, hey, put the comma here, move the period over there, do whatever. It's good for people like me, because I am not an English major. I don't want anybody to think I made a C in freshman English. So, so that's the third one. The next one would be Canva. And so Canva, I made this cover right here. This is my first book that I wrote in the weekend, Symptom-Free Neck Pain. And so it's nothing fancy. I definitely would have done something different, knowing what I know now. But it literally was absolutely free to do that and have a book cover. And you know what? I may think it looks weird, but my patients thought it was amazing, because it was a book that I had written. And it's something they can hold in their hands and say, hey, my physical therapist knows what he's talking about, because he wrote a book. And then the final piece of the puzzle is Amazon, kdp.amazon.com. And so that's Kindle Direct Publishing. And that's how you get your book out to the masses. So it probably takes less time to get it published, once you go through all the steps, than it does to do anything else. And now there's a process where you have to put in your bank information, and it takes about 1 to 3 days for Amazon to approve it. But the one I published last week, I think I uploaded it on Thursday night, and it was live, I believe Friday morning is when I shared it on Facebook. And that was the Kindle version. And the paperback version is live as of Sunday. So, wow. I mean, literally have a Kindle and a paperback version from Thursday to Sunday. And, it's like, I don't know, 30-page book or whatever. And it's just this crushing fears of self-publishing. And I just wrote a list of, it was 22 things that people had told me that I'd polled my audience, and they told me what they were scared of and why they weren't writing books. And so I just put my response down to every one of them and put it in book form. And I think I shared it on a bunch of Facebook groups for free. If you don't want to pay 99 cents and buy the Kindle version, it's there for you. So I just wanted to get it out, but I also wanted to publish it. So, yeah, it's simple, man. So easy. It's so easy.
Ooh, I want to get to that in just a minute, about like what you feel like keeps people back from writing books, and sort of one of your solutions to that. But I want to just ask right now, for those who are on here right now, Brian, F. Scott, Matt, Jeff, if you guys were to write a book right now, what do you think it would be about? If you're listening live or if you're on the replay, I want you to think, what would you write a book about? I've been thinking about this a lot lately, as we've been deciding when's the right time to write a book in our business. And I feel like early on, I've had this book inside of me for so long, talking about making the whole like entrepreneur jump. And at some point, I'll probably write about that. Obviously, we're going to write about how to launch courses online too at some point. We're going to have to write a book on that. That'll probably be the first one that we really write. I'm curious though, those of you who are listening on here right now, if you were told that you had to write a book today, what do you think it would be on? Okay. This is like a big mindset piece to this whole game, is just allowing yourself permission to say, yeah, I do have some experiences in this. Jeremy, I want to ask you a couple things. Well, first of all, I want to ask you, like, what stops most people from giving themselves permission to write a book? From all the conversations that you have with people or the stuff that you see them saying online, what usually stops people from writing a book?
So I'd say there's three things. The first thing would be time, is what everybody says. You know, we all say we're busy, which is one of the biggest cop-outs in the world. But people seriously are busy, and I get it. I have a wife and 2 kids, and I work 40 hours a week as a physical therapist, and you know, we don't have a lot of time. But Alex and I were kind of talking before we went live, and an average book is about 40,000 words. And if you want to get that done in 90 days, you can speak 250 words per minute, and you can do 454 words a day, gets you to 40,000 in 90 days. So you can literally talk 5 minutes a day into your phone and have your book dictated, and you can download that from Otter. And if you want to format it, you can, or you can, you know, give it to somebody and let them do it for you. You can use, you know, college English students, you can use family members, you can pay somebody if you want to, but you don't have to. So that's the first thing, is time. The next thing I would hear a lot of people say is, I just don't know the framework to get it done. You know, I know I have a book inside of me. I've talked to a lot of people this week that have books that they want to get done. And one of the things they say is, I just don't have the framework. I don't know step by step what to do. And which is exactly what I'm teaching, is this is what you do. Step one, start here. And, you know, we go from start to finish. And then the next thing would be that permission thing, Alex. It's like, I'm not an expert. You know, somebody actually said, who made me the expert? And so a conversation that I had with another seasoned PT last week was how somebody had told him early on not to start a business. We've heard this before, or not to write a book, or not to do whatever it is. And my response to him was, at what point do we become an expert physical therapist or chiropractor or OT or whatever? Like, does Sharon Dunn, who's the president of the APTA, call you one day, Alex, and say, hey, you're an expert now? Or does the school you graduated from, does University of St. Augustine, call me and say, hey, you can tell people that you graduated from here now because you're an expert? So I want to, you know, you just have to give yourself permission. If you want to do something in life, if you have something in your heart that you know needs to come out and will serve other people, then go ahead and give yourself permission to do that, because the world's a much better place when we live our dreams and our purpose than it is when we push all that stuff down and just try not to upset people and go along with the flow of life.
Oh, that was good, man. That was so good. Dude, Jeremy, I just have to say, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm just as a friend, but as someone who's watched your journey over the past, 2.5 years, I guess, since we've known each other. It's got to be coming up on 3 years here soon. Because you were one of the very first listeners to my podcast back in the day. You just always been there, man. I really appreciate your support for Will and I. And it just makes me so happy to see you having stepped into this role of the leader that you've always been, that you now see in yourself too, in helping people to get published. We've had conversations about this for probably a little over a year now, about you stepping into this role. And it just makes me so happy to see people taking on an identity of leadership and then impacting others as a result. And I think so many times we feel like, who am I to help someone? Who am I to write this book? Who am I to step into this role? When really, we all just need each other to step into those roles to guide us along a path that we might not be comfortable taking ourselves. And that's why I'm so excited to be able to write our first book with you when the time's right for our business. I'm in Jeremy's program. It's ridiculously amazing. And for those who are sitting here saying, you know what, I really do have a story inside of me. I really do have a book inside of me. Why don't I write it? I would really encourage you to just comment easy below. If you're not already part of Jeremy's program, just comment easy and he'll send you the details on it. But more importantly, I just want you to commit to stepping into the role of a leader. You being here means you're probably a healthcare provider. You've put a lot into your own education up to this point. You've put probably thousands and thousands of hours into becoming the expert that you are right now. I want to challenge you to step up into that role. And writing a book is one of the most public ways of declaring that, yes, I have confidence in myself. And so, Will, here's the first one to say it. Will, easy. You got it, brother. But I just want to really commend you for having stepped into this. And I've seen now how many people are starting to put out books because of you, man. And it just fires me the heck up. It's so freaking exciting. I love it. By the way, we had a couple people comment. Whitney said that she's currently writing a book on plagiocephaly and flathead and how to fix it and prevent it. Thank goodness. I worked with little kiddos in one of my last rotations where we'd work with the cute little tiny babies with their little flat heads. And it's like, oh, this is so sad. They don't know what to do. And then Amy says she's working on pre-practice or pre-match corrective exercises for tennis players to keep them injury-free. Totally love it. Absolutely love it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome, guys. So one thing I want to kind of go back and talk about that you said. So I want to tell people that just because you're in a bad situation, or that you feel like that you may not be a leader or an author, don't let that stop you. So just to give you a little background of what the last year of my life has looked like, and Alex knows all of this, is we had a business that we bought. The business wasn't what we thought. We had to close it. We filed bankruptcy on that business. We were sued not once, but twice. And we're almost through all that stuff now. But like, I was at the lowest point of my life pretty much in the last 6 months. And it's funny because all of that happening, like I knew, Alex, I talked to you and Will about this. I wanted to write books and I wanted to teach people to write books, but I had another business and a podcast and a PRN job and all this stuff. And so now I have a full-time job and I have 2 podcasts and I have a book business and I'm helping people. But the point is not to highlight myself, but it's just to say that even when life looks like it's beating you down, you can get back up and you can be resilient, and then you can step into your true self and the true identity that you really had, that other things were holding you back from. Even though those things looked like they were better and they were going to make you money and you were going to support your family and it looked prestigious, or whatever people think about owning a business looks like, which is a bunch of crap. It's, you sometimes you have to get punched in the face a whole lot before you can see clearly. And so guys, I'm telling you, don't wait for somebody to tell you you're good enough to write a book. I heard somebody today say, I can never do that because somebody doesn't believe this. And I don't care if it's your wife, your mom, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your professors, your boss. I don't care. If people aren't encourage you, then I don't talk to them anymore. I like honest people, and I like wise counsel. As the Bible says, seek wise counsel when you make a big decision. But I don't want to listen to anybody negative. And if you can't come along with my dreams, then I don't have room for you. So guys, just step up and do what you want to do. There's Josh 40 just jumped on this video. There's a guy that's doing what he wants. He didn't take no for an answer. So let's just do it, guys. Let's go and let's write a book. Let's do it together.
Ooh, I love it. Josh, I want to know when your book's coming out, brother. Guys, smash the like button, smash the love button for what Jeremy just said. That takes a lot of guts to be as open as Jeremy has been about his journey. This is why I respect this guy so much. If you can't tell, just an absolute heart of gold. And I'm so excited that he's got a way for us all to support not only his mission, but to be able to like help him create leaders. And so I'm just so excited about that. You're going to change healthcare, Jeremy Sutton. I firmly believe that. You're going to create a movement of healthcare providers who say, you know what, I am good enough right now. What I've learned and earned over the past years and years of practice and figuring this stuff out by helping lots of people, well, I can actually step into helping thousands and thousands of people because of all that work that I've done. I'm so excited to see the impact that you're going to have in the profession, but then in the lives of thousands of people who are going to read the books from the authors that you're creating. Dude, thank you so much for stepping into this role. And guys, if you want to write a book, and if you're like, okay, this is simple, this is easy mode, comment easy below, talk to Jeremy. Dude, does your program close tomorrow? When does this thing close down?
I'm closing it at midnight tonight. And if there's some stragglers, I don't know. We'll have to decide, but I'm going to close it. I'm closing it tonight, guys. I got to. We're going to get started on Thursday teaching, and the course modules are ready. First 2 modules are going. I'm dripping out the rest of the content over the next couple of weeks. Module 3 will be done by this weekend, but we're going to start teaching. We've got about 40 people in, ready to go from the first course, and I think 15 new ones in for this course. And guys, if you get in my course, you're in it forever. We're going to continue to do these weekly videos and trainings, and it's going to close tonight, and it's not going to open again until January. And yeah, if you want to get your book done in the next 90 days, let's jump on here and let's do it. I'm ready.
Ooh, I love it. Jeremy Sutton, ladies and gentlemen, give this man a thumbs up, give him a love. Say thank you, Jeremy. He just dropped like a bunch of gold. Okay, this was, what are we, like 20 minutes in? He gave you all the tools that you need to write a book. He blew through the false beliefs that we all tell ourselves. And Jeremy, thank you so much, brother. I just freaking love you, man.
I love you too, man. I'm so thankful for you, and you and Will, you know that. And yeah, I'm pumped. You guys are changing healthcare. I'm trying to change healthcare. I want to spend more time with this little sucker right here.
Jack, what's up, dude?
Can you say hello?
Hi, Jack.
Hello, Mr. Alex. So, that's what I tell everybody on the phone. Like, I want you to be successful, because if you're successful, I'm successful, and I can hang out with Jack more, and I can write more books and help you write more books. So let's go, guys. Let's do it.
Love it. You guys, thank you so much for listening. This has been an early edition of Tuesday Night Fever on Monday, talking about books. Thank you so much, Jeremy, for making this easy for us. Can't wait to see what you do for the industry. And guys, comment easy below if you want the details on how to get started writing a book. Jeremy's program does close tonight, and I've been inside of it now since the very first run, and there's a lot of energy in there. It's really cool to see people pushing so hard writing their books. Guys, thank you so much. Go make it happen. I want you to just remember that all of this stuff is way easier than you're making it out to be in your head, and you are your own worst enemy when it comes to slowing yourself down. Step into the reality that you have a mission in your life. Step into the reality that there are people waiting for you to help them, and step into actually becoming the person that you know you need to be in order to help people at a mass level. Guys, we love you. This has been Tuesday Night Fever. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.
Bye. Wave check.